Hey Tubies, well it's Psychic Bob. I got my Louis Vuitton bag packed today and I'm heading out for an adventure. So come on along. Hey Tubies, it's Psychic Bob. Well look where I am. I'm downtown DC and we're on the scene today. I'm right here at the Arts and Industries building. This building was made in 1876 for the centennial of the United States. You can see the amazing wrought iron work. This is solid wrought iron. These gates weigh hundreds of pounds. Unfortunately, I was going to take you in this wonderful Victorian building, but I just saw the sign. Building closed. It's under renovation. It says the Arts and Industries building is closed for renovation. So I guess we're not going to see this today. But that's okay because we're going to go down here and I think we'll go to the Hirshhorn Art Gallery. So come on along. Just so you can see, here's a little bit more of this wonderful Victorian building. It's got the cupolas on top of it. This was a style, it's Victorian architecture, and I just love this building. It was built in 1876 and it's still here and it's still awesome. Unfortunately it's closed, but it seems to be my life. Whenever I come to DC, everything I want to see is closed. But that's alright. We're going to go to the Hirshhorn. I think it's open. So we're going to go see what there is to see. And we're going to do an adventure today because we're going to go to the East Wing Gallery and look at some more art over there. And we're going to discover there's a special room I've been wanting to go to called the Tower. So keep with us. Here we are, we're coming up on the Hirshhorn. Oh, isn't this beautiful? This is a very interesting museum. It's very exotic, very modern. Looks like a giant spaceship. It's a round building. And as you can see here, beautiful plants around it. DC's got its autumn colors going here. This is looking really great. Well, let's go on along. We're going in to the Hirshhorn. Let's see what there is to see today. Here we are, the Hirshhorn, the National Museum of Modern Art. I love it. I have the best time here. It's so much fun. This is one of my favorite museums. I have the best time always. Well, Tubies, here we are, and look who's greeting us. You guys remember this? This wonderful little robot's here. You may remember him from before. Hello, can you speak? Such an adventure.
Hirshhorn Eye?
Yes.
Hirshhorn Eye is a free mobile guide that gives you behind-the-scenes access to artists like Oliver.
The robot's asking me to do a selfie. So here we are together. Tubies, here we are outside this interesting exhibit. I saw this online. They're talking about it's called Pulse, and it's a combination of modern art and technology. Raphael Lozano Hemmer. So let's see what it says. Raphael Lozano Hemmer, born in Mexico City, 1967, based in Montreal, is renowned internationally for artworks that incorporate scientific and technological innovations in order to dramatically visualize human data. Well, this sounds really cool, so let's check it out. Oh, geez, this is fascinating. Look up ahead. There's an interactive wall. The whole wall goes all the way down. Isn't this amazing? Look at this. There's my shadow on the wall. Oh, it's changing. It interacts with my energy. This is Psychic Bob channeling. Oh, I changed the whole wall. This is really mystical. Look at this, guys. Oh my God. I really like this. Is this amazing or what, huh? Wow. This is massive. It goes all the way down. Giant. Oh, I love it. Oh, Tubies, look at this. This is amazing. It's like water flowing. I had never seen art like that. This is really amazing stuff. Amazing, amazing. Oh, how fascinating. Can you see the water effects on the wall? Just amazing. Now, how they've created this.
It is. I think this, well, actually, I love the last one the best, but they're all.
Look at this, guys. They've got water here, and then you touch the pad, and it transmits energy into the water that then goes up here. I think this is how this is working. So if we lay our hands on this, we create a change. And this really speaks to the interaction of all life and how everything is connected. Just amazing. Guys, this is absolutely amazing. I just touched the pad, and this lady's going to demonstrate for us here. Now, can you tell them what you're doing now?
So I am touching the sensors.
Oh, isn't that amazing?
I'm waiting for my pulse to activate the device so that it can turn the water.
Oh, look at that. There you go. See, she's generating this current into the surface of the water and its projection. Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Look, there's my shadow walking through the water. Is that cool? And now we're entering a dark room where there seem to be lights here. You can faintly see, oh, look at this, guys. The room interacts with the electrical energy in our bodies, and as we walk through, it's setting off these lights. What an amazing exhibit. I gotta tell you, this really gets me inspired. This is so beautiful. You guys like this? Pretty cool, huh? Look at that. Now it's gonna dim down into darkness. You can feel the power building. So amazing. All right, Tubies, well, that was amazing. Now I've come into the inner court of the museum. There are two circles, an inner circle and an outer circle. And now we've left, over there was the inner circle, and now we've come out. Look at these new displays. This is beautiful. This one in front of us is called Stack Blues 2017 aluminum and automotive paint. There's a picture of it, and here is the actual sculpture. Oh, I love that. It's massive. It's tall. It's like 10 feet high. Look at the subtle banding. Just beautiful. Oh, I love it. Oh, and look at these. Oh, I love these. You know, I'm all into this abstract. This one is called Untitled Landline 2016 Oil on Aluminum, or aluminium for British. Oh, I love this. You know, this has a little bit of reminiscence of Rothko's influence. Mark Rothko, one of my favorite artists. This has a little bit of his kind of style mixed in. I'm really feeling it. Oh, look at that. There's a whole series going down here. Isn't this amazing? Landline for Blue Lake 2018 Oil on Aluminum. Beautiful. Oh, I'm crazy about these artworks. I may try to donate some of my paintings. I wonder if the Hirshhorn would hang any of my art up. Landline Baltic. Oh, I like that. It's got some deep colors in it. Isn't that beautiful? Oh, I'm loving it. This is so much fun. I love being at the museum. Oh my gosh, here's some more coming up. Look at these guys. These are giant, beautiful too. This is called Landline Zacatecas. Kind of southwestern, I think. Just beautiful. Landline blue, red. Oil on aluminum. So these are aluminum panels, I guess. He's actually painted on. These are metal. They're not canvas, they're metal. That's an interesting media to paint on. I'm painting on aluminum. I like it. Oh, this is so cool, guys. and it's going all the way down. You can see here along the wall, and it looks like it's circling the entire inner ring of the museum all the way down. Pretty cool stuff, isn't it? I like it all. I think it's beautiful. And here we are coming up on another one of these kind of aluminum stack sculptures, which I think is kind of cool looking. I'd put that in my house, or maybe in my yard. I don't know if it's indoor or outdoor, probably indoor. It's beautiful. I love that. Well, here's some more of these canvases. Now these are smaller ones. Now these are oil on copper. And as you look at the edging, you can see it is clearly copper metal. And there's a whole series going down. I really like this. It's so much fun. Isn't it great? You got to go to your local art gallery. Wherever you are, you don't have to live in DC. See if you have an art gallery near you. You might discover treasures you never knew are right in your own backyard. Okay, the artist we've been looking at is Sean Scully, and it's called Landline. Here's a quote. He says, "I was always looking at the horizon line, at the way the end of the sea touches the beginning of the sky, the way the sky presses down onto the sea, and the way that line, that relationship is painted. One day I was standing off Ireland on the edge of Aran Island looking out. Next stop, America." Isn't that amazing? I really love this work. I think it's amazing work. It's very innovative and very, very beautifully done. I still think Rothko's an influence on him. I bet if I were to interview that artist, he would definitely say Rothko's been an influence on him. Oh, here comes up another sculpture. I love these giant sculptures. You just turn the corner. Well, there's no corner here. It's turn the curve. There's a giant sculpture here. Look at that. All in blue. I really like that. Now that one, that's really talking to me. It's massive. Isn't that cool? And look, oh, over here. Then this has my heart. I love these ultramarines and aquamarines. It's beautiful. I can see the relationship he's trying to establish between the land line and the sky line. And I think he's really captured. I think he's captured the energy of that. Well, now we're going up to the third floor. We'll see what's up here today. I don't know if they've got new exhibits or what, but always an adventure. Well, Tubies, here I am on the lower level of the Hirshhorn. And they have a new exhibit down here, so I thought we'd take a look at it and see what it is. Look at this, interesting paintings. Look at that, that's amazing. Oh, I love that deep blue. Look at some amazing stuff here. Look at this. This is an interesting painting. I love it. These are very dramatic. Ooh, look at that. That's very tribal. That's very primitive. I really like that. Let's see what the name of this one is. It's a large canvas. As you can see, behind me is a very large picture. This is called P. 2008, acrylic charcoal and pastel crayon on linen. I like that. Wow. Oh, and look at this. This is exotic too. Pretty cool stuff. I'm liking it. Let's see what's in this other room. Ooh, I like these. Look at this, guys. Oh, that's really cool looking. Look at that. Ooh, I gotta find out what this one is. I wonder if they have prints of this for sale. This is called Do You Pive Cateau? That's interesting. I like it. It has a little bit of a Picasso element to it, I think. Well, Tubies, I tell you, I had the best time in the Hirshhorn. There was nothing really new on the third floor, so I decided I'm going to move on. We're going to go over to the National Gallery, but I thought you'd like to see the courtyard here of the Hirshhorn. It's like a giant spaceship. It looks like it's landing. Like here are the landing legs. It's really cool. I've been coming here since I was a kid in the 70s. I still love it. I'm as excited as every tourist that comes to DC. Even though I've been here a million times, I'm still excited about it. As you can see, there's the building. It's a big round building. Isn't that cool? I don't know why they had to put this damn sculpture out front. I'm trying to be modern and open-minded, but I just think that the Hirshhorn does not need that sculpture. It looks like a big banana peel. I've never been a fan of that. I don't know why they put that in suddenly. Probably some rich person gave them a lot of money and they gave it to them. They had to put it up. Well, let's go on. Come on. Well, guys, we're going to go over here to the National Gallery. But I tell you, I couldn't have picked a worse day to come. I thought I'd come here during the middle of the week. There'd be no crowds. I never come during the summer because too many people. But up and down the street, there's nothing but tour buses and school buses. At the Hirshhorn, it was mobbed with students. It's like every school in America must be taking people to the museums today, of all the days. I thought going on a cold, rainy Friday, we wouldn't have as many crowds, but there are a lot of crowds, but that's okay. It's life in Washington. By the way, I got to show you this amazing tree up here. Look at this spectacular oak tree outside the museum. Is that not beautiful? The landskeepers here just do such a great job. Here we're coming up on the National Gallery of Art. Some more student groups. As you can see, the bus is behind me here. Yeah, let's go on. You know, I'm not against students going to the museums. I'm glad that they're going, but I got to tell you, on a day like this, it makes it impossible to get anything done because you have to go through security to get into the museums. And a group of like 60 students just rushed the door. So I would have to wait literally like a half an hour in line just to get into the museum. So we're going to go down and try a different entrance at the East Wing. And hopefully we'll avoid some of the crowds. So let's see if this works. Come on along. Alright, Tubies, here we are outside the East Wing Gallery. You can see the amazing architecture here. Over there's the West Wing. That's the Classical Arts Museum, and this is the Modern Art Museum. Look at this amazing sculpture. This is by Tony Smith. It's called The Snake is Out. It's from 1962. Isn't that cool? Look at that. Oh, and look at this up here. This almost looks like a Picasso. I don't know what this is, but at a grand entrance it is to this museum. I usually enter this museum through the underground, but today, as I said, with the crowds to get into the normal area, I really had to come to a different spot. So let's take a look at this sculpture. It's very rare that I actually get to use this entrance, so check that out. That's really beautiful. I don't see a sign on it, but it's really quite dramatic, as you can see, quite large. Here we are coming up into the gallery. Very nice architecture here. I love it. Well, guys, here we are at the amazing East Wing Gallery. I've been coming here for like 30 years, and I'm still as excited. This was a big hangout spot for me in the 1980s. Whenever I come here, I feel like I'm going back in time. Not a lot changes here, which makes it kind of cool like that, you know? You know, when I stand here, I can't help but be amazed to be surrounded by such famous art history. Right above me is a world-famous Calder mobile. Alexander Calder was a sculptor and an artist, and he made paintings and mobiles. This is one of his original mobiles. And as I turn over here, here is a world-famous Max Ernst sculpture. And it's from 1975, I believe it said. I like this. It kind of, you know, I know I talk about Picasso a lot, but I really think this has a kind of a Picasso style to it also. I think all the great artists influenced each other on some level. Anyways, isn't that amazing? I just love it. Here's this amazing wall filled with these bright panels. I love it. It's hard to capture on camera the scale of this place. It's really monumental and quite impressive. I thought we'd take a drift up here to the Sky Terrace Cafe and see what's going on. Maybe we'll have a little lunch while we're here. Here's that Calder Mobile. It's truly a monumental scale building. I'm loving it. Tubies, here I am. I got my little table here at the Sky Terrace Cafe, and we're overlooking the gallery. Isn't that dramatic down there? I just love it. I got some good food too. I got a really nice wrap here. It's called a turkey BLT cranberry aioli. And it's nicely wrapped, and I got some water, because you gotta drink a lot of water. I got some sun chips. So Psychic Bob's having a good time. I really love this little cafe. As you can see, it's just a beautiful place. Very elegant. I've been coming here for years, and I love it. Well, Tubies, I'm so excited. We're gonna go see something I've never seen before. It's the tower. In fact, there are 2 towers. Actually, there are 3 towers. 2 of them are open, and we're gonna go check that scene out. So come on along. By the way, we're up quite high, as you can see. Looking down here, very dramatic. Here we are going on the elevator, and from what I'm understanding, Tower 1 has Barnett Newman and Rothko's. Let's see, let's go to Tower 1. Let's see if we can go to Tower 1. Mark Rothko, the classic painters. Oh my God, I've been trying to find these Rothko's forever. Yeah, we're going. This is a wild elevator. Silver walls. Everything's very high tech. Look at this door, how it opens. And here we are, guys. So let's go check it out. Well, too, we have these amazing glass doors that open and close. I don't know if you guys can see it. Here are the doors. And as we approach them, they open. Here we are. These are really famous Barnett Newmans. He's one of my favorite artists. I can't believe it. I've never seen this many Barnett Newmans in one place. Oh, these are amazing. Oh, I love this one, guys. Look at this. It's a white canvas, and it's got an orange stripe. And then a black stripe. So simple, but yet something very elegant about it. And I love this here. Look at this. It's a soft pale gray on white. I don't know if it's translating in the picture. Just spectacular. Now, Tubies, you've got to see this one over here. Now, do you remember my painting I did called Pale Laser Light? I swear to you, I did not copy Barnett Newman, but this looks very much like mine. Different colors, but the style is similar. How interesting. These are called Stations of the Cross. So they represent the story of Jesus in an abstract form. Amazing. Oh my God, I have died and gone to heaven. A room filled with Mark Rothko. Oh my God. Oh my God, guys, one of my favorite Rothkos is literally here in DC, and I had no idea it was here. It's Rothko #1. It's done in subtle shades of purple and black and brown, red, charcoal. I don't know if it's translating on camera, but it's just spectacular. It's done in oil on canvas. You'll notice the background is a subtle plum purple with the bars and fields in charcoal. That brilliant red, it's very luminous. Rothko's paintings create the feeling of depth, of illusion, of movement. and you can really see it when you're in person with them. As many of you know, he's been a big influence on my own artworks. Just amazing. Look at this, Tubies. Here's another amazing Rothko, done in subtle shades of brown. The amazing thing about Rothko is that his artwork is so subtle. There's so many subtle layers. It's like people think it's simple, but it's very complex. I'm so impressed. This one is one of my favorite paintings. It's number 17 from 1958. Just amazing. Can you see the subtle color, the layering? Now, what's interesting is Rothko on his edges. You can see his soft, flared, feathered edges. And he has layer upon layer. It's not just one color. There are like 5 different layers of color layered on each other. So there's like an orange and a white and a gray and a brown. All of that's in there. And I think it's absolutely amazing. Wow. You know, we move down here to this next one, also very amazing. Subtle layer upon layer upon layer. And here again as well. Under that brown layer, there are like multiple layers of orange and yellow and gray and blue and white. Subtle layers. He was truly a master at managing color and texture and lighting. Again, we can see more Rothko and his amazing layering of color. To see that this is yellow and orange and red and green and brown and black and blue and gray. All of it's in this. Amazing. This is one of his more famous ones here. You guys may recognize this. This is an orange and yellow creation. In fact, I think it's called, Orange and Tan, 1954. This one you see a lot in art books. Very famous. And just so you know, Psyche Bob is actually here. This is not a special effect. I'm actually with authentic Rothkos. Pretty cool. Here's another great example of his subtle coloring and layering. Do you see this one? If you look into it, it's many layers. It's purple, it's brown, it's red, it's blue, it's gray, it's black. It's all of these colors. This one is titled, it's untitled, 1957 Oil on Canvas. But you can get a sense, I think, a little bit of that wonderful energy. Rothko is amazing, and I'm so amazed to have the chance to be here, to see these treasures. Treasures? Truly treasures. You know, guys, I've recently been reading about the concern about preservation of Rothkos, because they're saying that the paints that he painted in are not always stable. And I have to tell you, it's a little distressing, because some of the paintings, as I'm looking at them, you can actually see the wear occurring. It doesn't show on camera, but there are subtle cracks in this canvas all the way through. And the medium that Rothko painted in was sometimes animal glue, egg whites, and different things that over time have not proven to hold up very strongly. And so I hope the museum is working on studying more on preserving these, because it's sad to say I'm actually seeing signs of wear that to me make me concerned. This painting over here has some very visible cracks in the painting. I can see it's not showing up on camera, but there are a lot of cracks already forming in the paint. And so we pray that the museum will be able to preserve these. So yeah, something to think about. But what a treat to have this many Rothkos in one place. I'm so excited. I really am. We're going to see if we can go across to the other tower. Here's a terrace. It's been raining today. Looks like it's still raining a little bit, but we're going to brave it. Oh, isn't this dramatic? You know, I can't believe I've never been here. All the years I've been coming here, I had no idea that all of this was up here. It's like I missed out something somewhere on the way, but I'm making up for it today. And we're going to go across here and see what there is to see. Look at this interesting aluminum sculpture. I kind of like that. Oh, look at that, guys. A big blue rooster. Isn't that amazing? Look at that. Oh my God, that's massive. It's like 20 feet tall. Can you guys see it? You get it? Well, guys, here we are. We're in tower number 2, and we're going to go over here and see what it looks like. We've got some Calder works here, and look at these big glass doors. This is really cool, guys. Look at that. The whole wall opens. Isn't that amazing? Well, let's go on and see what there is to see. Come on. This is Alexander Calder as Survey. Now, as I told you guys, he did some paintings, and it's rare to find his paintings because he's mostly known for his sculptures. But here are some of the Calder paintings, which I think are spectacular. This one is from 1930. It's oil on canvas. Very deco. And this other one is from 1930. Both of them are untitled, so they don't have a title. But I like them. And look right here on the floor. Alexander Calder's. Oh my God. The whole room is a Calder room. Wow. Look at this. Now, he became famous for his kinetic art, his mobiles. And they would move, and he did sculptures, as you can see here on the floor. An amazing artist, though. I'm a big fan of Calder. I think he was very avant-garde for his time. Very modern, very cutting edge. As you can see, here are some more of his paintings, and these also date from the 1930s time period. Look at that. Pretty cool stuff. I'm loving it. Oh, look up there. That looks like a Miro, but I actually think it's a Calder. It's a giant painting up there on the wall. Can you guys see that? That's very reminiscent of Juan Miro. Very interesting. Well, you know, it's like I always said, I think all the artists influenced each other. I really do, because I see elements of various artists in all of the different artworks. Here you can see some of the smaller sculptures that he made. These may have actually been studies for some of his larger sculptures, but they're spectacular. Look at the little miniatures. I never knew that he did miniatures like that. These are about 2 inches big, but they're clearly Calder in design and style. It looks like these date for most of these from the 1930s and 1940s. Again, very cutting edge when you think about the time period. This one is called Deux Discs 1 Maquette, circa 1965, sheet metal and paint. I love his vision. There above us is that giant painting, which I guess is one of his paintings. Pretty cool. So as you can see, there's so many amazing things here, just spectacular. Oh, Tubies, here we are. We're at the upper level. Isn't this dramatic? Look at the beautiful architecture here. I just love it. I have the best time at this gallery. And Tubies, no visit to the East Wing would be complete without seeing my favorite Andy Warhol. There you go. This is an original Warhol. 1986. And as I tell you, I remember when he released this series. It was all the rage back in the day. And it's still all the rage. There you go. Homage to Warhol. May he rest in peace. And here we are with another famous Warhol, just stuck casually in a little side alcove here. This is one of his famous Maryland pictures. This is called Green Maryland from 1962. And over here we got another amazing artwork. I don't know this one. This is by Amy Silman. It's called Blue Diagram from 2009, oil on canvas. Well, I really like that. I'm such a fan of modern art. It's just so amazing. Isn't that beautiful? There's Warhol. That's a little one. It's like a 16 by 20 and a giant one. I'm loving it. I'm telling you, the National Gallery of Art, East Wing, is one of my favorite places. Now we're entering an exhibit on minimal, post-minimal, and conceptual art. I love this stuff. It's so exotic and interesting. Look at this one. This is interesting. It's by John McCracken. It's called Black Plank. Ooh, you can see your reflection. It's almost like a mirror, reflecting back our inner selves. It's like a scrying mirror, kind of. That's cool. Robert Ryman, one of my faves. Oh my God, he's famous for his white paintings. And I don't know if you guys can see this on camera, but Robert Ryman is great. We're using different textures and white. And let's see if I can zoom in on that. It's hard to see, but it's very textured. And I love it. Yay, Ryman, one of my faves. And of course we have another one here. This is by Marion, of course, from 1971. Very subtle shades of white in panels. Doesn't translate on film well, but it's really dramatic. I think she was influenced by Robert Ryman. I really did. Isn't it cool? Look at this. This is interesting. Almost looks like a Fendi logo, kind of. Pretty cool. Ooh, and look at this square. Frank Stella from 1962 called Rowley. Alkaloid on oil, alkyd on canvas. Pretty cool. And look at this. A beautiful three-dimensional sculpture here. Yes. Screw the security here. I just got thrown out of the room because he didn't like me recording. I told him I've been recording everywhere else here and everybody's giving me permission. Well, screw it. We'll go on elsewhere. By the way, look up there. Isn't that cool? Oh well. I'm not going to let some ignorant security person harass me. I'm a patron of the museum. Now here's an amazing painting by Pierre Soulages, Peinture, 326 by 181 centimeters. Acrylic on canvas. Look at that. Oh, I love that. Subtle shades of black. I actually did a similar painting using a combination of matte paint and gloss paints. So I totally get that. And here's another interesting sculpture. Look at this. Almost looks like a reflecting pool of water. It's by Ronnie Horn. It's from 2006, 2007. It's called Opposite of White. Isn't that interesting? I love that. Here's how this sculpture and this painting just sit here looking out onto the mall. This is really spectacular. I love it. Well, we're going to go over here. This is another place called Modern Art Spaces. Let's go see what this is. This is an interesting one. This is called Sphinx Alley 2 from 1975. An interesting effect. This TV, this kind of remind me of the painting I did called White Trapezoid. Interesting trapezoidal cube sort of shapes here in sculpture. I kind of like that. Let's go over here. It looks like something fascinating is in this one. Oh, this is interesting. These are like floating glass tubes, pyramidal things. That's interesting. You guys see this? It's hard to kind of capture some of this on film. You have to kind of see it in person to appreciate it. But it is a glass crystalline triangular pieces, and they're suspended from wire, and they're bending light. You can see the rainbow. It's like prisms, prismatic. Kind of different, you know? Huh. Let's see what it's called. The name of this one is called Hanging Islands by Charles Ross. And it dates from 1966. Well, there you go. Kind of interesting. Now, Tubi's up here on the mezzanine gallery. You can see the giant Calder a little more closely. This is interesting. There's this giant thing which I thought was just like a steel panel. It's called Die, D-I-E, by Tony Smith. I think it means more like dice because as I got up to it, I realized it's three-dimensional. It's like a cube sort of structure. I think it's made of steel, maybe? I'm not sure. Sometimes it looks like canvas, sometimes it looks like wood, and sometimes it looks like steel. I'll have to read it and see what it is. Isn't that interesting? It's three-dimensional. Let's see what it's made of. Die, fabricated steel with oiled finish. So it is solid steel. Not interesting. It's another modern art painting. I like that too. That's very nice and elegant. They got a bunch of sculptures going down through here, overlooking DC outside the windows. Such a wonderful and fascinating time here. I'm having the best time. Now, Tubies, here's another famous painting by a famous artist. This is by Cy Twombly, who's out of Virginia. He's from my home state of Virginia, and he's a modern abstract artist. This was made in 1969, and the title of it is Untitled Bolsena, oil-based house paint, wax, crayon, and graphite on canvas. Now, you know what's interesting is this artist, Cy Twombly, was a big influence on Jean-Michel Basquiat, who was a friend of Andy Warhol. So you might want to explore Jean-Michel Basquiat. He was an amazing artist back in the 1980s. He rose to fame, but he always talked about this artist, and he was an influence. And as I look at Cy's work, I can clearly see how he was an influence on Basquiat. So interesting. As I've said, and I've said all day long, but it's true, all the artists are influenced by each other. So, yeah. This is a Juan Gris. He's very famous. This is from 1915, Phantoms. Juan Gris was part of the Cubist movement along with Picasso and Jacques Braque. Anyways, yeah, they're all part of the same school. I love it. Well, guys, my camera is literally dying. I didn't realize how low it was. So we're going to have to wrap this up. But I'm glad you guys came along today. Listen, like this video, favorite, share it with your friends, hit subscribe, be part of our channel. We'd love you to be here. You guys rock. Love you. Blessed be.